Hey, welcome back to another episode of Flavor and Fiction. This is a segment where I read a book from my 2024 reading challenge, and then I give you a spoiler-free review, and I make a recipe related to the book, so you get your flavor and your fiction. So this time, the category was a book with a job title in the title, and I chose The Maid by Nita Prose, and it's kind of like a cozy detective mystery is how they describe it. So one of the foods mentioned in the book was tortilla. So I decided to make these taco ranch bites, and I'm taking them into work today. So you should be able to see either me or one of my coworkers give you a taste test. Here's what they look like, but more on that later. First, let's talk about the book. Okay. So the book centers on Molly, who is a maid. I know, a little on the nose there, but she's 25 years old. They don't come out and say that she's on the spectrum, but they give you enough clues to let you know that she's on the spectrum. And she lives with her grandmother, and that's like her only person in the world. And then her grandmother passes. And that's not a spoiler. It happens, fairly early on. She tells you about it. So the only thing that brings her happiness right now is her job. She loves her job as a maid at this big fancy hotel. She takes a lot of pride in her work, and she's made a lot of friends, she thinks, with some of her coworkers. So because she's very meticulous and doesn't necessarily pick up on other things that some other people pick up on, she doesn't react the way most people would when she ends up cleaning a room that has a dead body in it. So because of her reaction to that, the cops kind of suspect her of foul play. She can no longer go into her job, which is devastating for her. So she is determined to figure out what happened and to clear her name. So there are other people in the hotel. You got the doorman, you have the dishwasher, you have the bartender, you have the head maid, and some of these people are not fond of Molly whatsoever, and she thinks that everyone is her friend at first. So she's in for a bit of a rude awakening when she tries to get certain people to help her, and she can't figure out who to trust. And because Molly is she takes things very literally. So when the cops question her, she ends up digging herself in deeper and deeper, not knowing how to answer these questions. So she really, even though she may process things differently, she's a very smart person. And she has to kind of call on some of the lessons that her grandmother has taught her over the years to kind of center herself and figure this out. So it was, and again, I'm not going to give you spoilers. It is a mystery and a whodunit. But this was a really good book. I grabbed this at Target like randomly, and I finally had occasion to read it. So I give this 2 thumbs up. It has genuine twists and turns, which is, I feel like a lot of mysteries are just easy to guess nowadays. Like you kind of, toward the middle, you kind of figure out, I know where this is going, but this, not so much. I feel like it was really good pacing. It keeps you engaged. And so I definitely recommend it. So add this to your TBR if it's not already there. And now I'm going to show you a video of how I made these taco ranch bites so I can do a little taste test after. The first thing you want to do is cook your ground beef and drain it. Then you want to add your taco seasoning and your diced tomatoes with chilies. And then you're going to let that sit for 5 minutes while in a bowl you add your cheese and ranch and give that a good mix. And once it's fully incorporated, then you want to add your beef mixture and give that a good mix. And then it's ready to go into your phyllo tart shells. So just line those up on your baking sheet and fill them up. You don't have to overstuff them. And they're going to look like this going in and like this coming out. cheesy, melty, and delicious. Now it's time to take it to work and see how my coworkers like it.
Let's go. Let's give it a go. This looks absolutely scrumptious. The cheese is melted and the little tomato is on the side. And let's give it a taste test here.
What is it? What is it?
Good crunch. Girl.
You're so good. You put down all the ingredients.
It's getting better and better.
Allergic, you don't want it.
Better and better. This one,
Taco
Ranch bites, get out of here.
you know what?
Were you just talking about wanting to talk right now?
Warmth whatsoever?
It did.
Don't heat
It's still pretty
it up
warm.
and have one after lunch, okay, guys?
I'm gonna give this a 10. You done did it. I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yay! Kevin liked it.
10 out of 10.
Yo, for real.
Yay!
Let's do one more for good measure. Let's just try one more. One
I
more.
don't know. I need to double check.
I think you need to just automatically win every baking competition you get into.
I'm gonna give it 11. Yeah.
Kevin has spoken. So as you can see, the book was great. The recipe is great. This is good for like a little, if you're doing like a Super Bowl party or something, this would be like a good thing to take in because it's so easy to make. So I'm going to put a link to the book and to the recipe in the description below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy reading and happy eating.